Welcome to the Partners Podcast, where you get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to entrepreneurs who are relentlessly building real, profitable companies. Join us as we ask them the hard questions so you can take away the mindset, strategy, and tactics that launch them to success. Welcome to another episode of the Partners Podcast. I'm joined by a special guest today, the CEO and founder of Liftoff agent, Norman Kinsey. Welcome to the show. And today we're going to be diving deep on your journey, talking about, all the bullshit you have to go through to get to where you're at and how you're crushing it now for a lot of agents.
Dude, thanks so much for having me, man. Yeah, definitely. Definitely fall on your face a couple times before you actually make it. That's for sure. And still making it, right? It's never ending. So thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah. The minute you think you actually have made it, right, is the minute you probably are going downhill. You got to never think you've actually made it all the way.
100%.
Obviously, you got to have the gratitude, but you always got to be pushing. Otherwise, someone else is going to take your breakfast.
Amen. 100%. I just heard Brad speak. He's up in Canada, Calgary, YouTube channel. He's really cool. Real estate professional. He says, as soon as you're on top, you just got to stay humble. Exactly.
Cool. So let's dive deep. Tell me a little bit about who you are and how you came to be.
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's a really good question. And I'm normally Kinsey III. Some know me as at Mr. Liftoff, and started this real estate marketing and positioning company based off calling 350 agents. I was like, what are they going through? What are they doing? And I never was licensed. I never transacted. I'm very unbiased. I just wanted to understand what they're going through. So I met my business partner on Craigslist on a project, and he had his own design agency. And so I wanted to get into some type of agency, social media type of service and really get focused. I was all over the place and didn't have the focus. And then when I called 350 agents at J. Rockcliffe Realtors, Smith, our co-founder, sent out 15 emails a day. And I found out like agents want to be different from the colleagues. They want control from broker to broker. They want the same support as the top performer. And then I found out 90% of the transaction volume is done by the top 10% of real estate professionals. And then a lot of agents just take spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. So, just in 2023, what NAR said, we lost 65,000 agents because they're not deliberate. They're not focused. They're all over the place. And they think you just get in this industry, make a quick buck because they see 3 to 6% for commission fees on $1 million home. They're like, yeah, buy that new car, but it's not quite how it works.
Yeah. Some agents get lucky, they have a sister-in-law who's just like, do you want to sell my house? And like, yeah, let's do it. And like most buyers and sellers are a little bit more discerning. They're like, if they're going to trust you with the biggest investment of their life, they're going to want to see some accolades. They want to see what you're doing on social. They want to check out your website. And, they want to see if you'll want to also pick up the phone, because a lot of the agents I call these days, they don't even pick up the phone anymore.
It's so true. I don't know how many agents I've called, and it's like, even for just personal stuff, like wanting to buy a home or whatever the case may be, they don't answer and you leave a voicemail and it takes so long to get back. So anyone who's listening, just pick up your phone.
Yeah. I think there was a stat where like a good percentage of like real estate buyers and sellers will go with the first agent that picks up the phone. Dude, like most agents kind of know what they're doing, but like half the agents aren't picking up their phone.
No, I 100% agree with that. And I understand there's a lot of like spam and stuff out there that people are just like, I don't know, I don't want to answer my phone because of this and that or whatever else. But it's just like, just answer it. Even if it's a telemarketer, hang up on them. So that way you can at least, it's the first one gets it. So don't waste your time out there.
Exactly. At the very least, hire a team member. There's like call services that will pick up the phone for you and screen them, before. Mm-hmm. I think Google has that built in now with
AI.
Some of their Android AI features. So tell me about like the journey into Liftoff agents. How did you decide to want to start building these amazing websites for agents and alongside other digital products and like marketing services?
No, I love that. And when we first got started, what happened is we wanted to find something that was going to give us reoccurring revenue. And so it's one thing to just set up social media and get a one-time fee. It's another thing to be able to have reoccurring revenue coming in. So a lot of agents out there, Unfortunately, it's on to the next, right? Buying and selling and waiting to close the next escrow. And hopefully agents are out there doing something to get cash flow, because that's the name of the game, whether it's like short-term, long-term rentals. And so we thought websites would be stickier so we can have something we can build off of. And so we didn't get into like our startup ramp up or any type of plans that we have until we figured out like what we're going to do. So call the 350 agents. I found out that, those commonalities. Then at this time, we're talking 2009, 10, 11. It's like, okay, social media, I can do that. I can set it up. I can manage the social media. So that's what I did at the beginning. My business partner was good in UI, UX. So he was doing more of the design stuff. He was with Google, and he was on the Google Plus project back when that was a thing, when Google actually had a social platform, which is totally gone now. And so he could do websites. And so we're like, hey, let's think about doing websites. And then as you progressively make 1,000, 2,000, now we're up to like 10,000 agents I've met, we've seen this commonality, and we've seen a lot of service providers out there, but they don't have an actual roadmap. So we're like, how do we give them a roadmap from starting up their business, ramping up their business, and scaling up their business? And that's when we found out like, hey, okay, we'll build the website, but we need to get the agent focused. And one thing, since agents take spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, and 90% of the business is done by the top 10% of real estate professionals, and agents don't have marketing degrees, they don't have business degrees, they don't understand SOPs and KPIs and systems and processes. We said, if we can help the agent get more focused, build a brand, build a website with lead pages to help the agent get more focused, make sure the brand's consistent on social and YouTube, then there's something we could do here to help them put out content that's going to attract their ideal avatar. And so now fast forward, we have multiple agents on multiple different plans, and we just launched our scale up program about 8 months ago with some top agents that are in that arena, passively prospecting with YouTube. So literally just leveraging their passive efforts, dualizing content online, and then that content being driven to their website, which is now their hub, which we build so they can have everything go to that one location. And we're still, even to this day, websites are great, but if it's like a tool in your toolbox, if you don't use it and it sits there, it ain't going to do any good for you. So we're still at that. How do agents use their website? How do they stay more consistent and use it and actually be something that formal listing presentation or their vendors list and buy, sell, lead pages, call to action?
That was the biggest challenge we ran into too, as well. Like at Aerial Canvas, growing the real estate media agency, we would produce all these great videos, and the agents don't even post them on their Facebook or YouTube.
There they go.
And it's just like helping the agent understand like how all these tools can be in their arsenal to actually be deployed at certain stages, whether it's like for your listing presentation or as a funnel for your YouTube video. Exactly. There's a reason why everything has a purpose and a place within your business. It's understanding like, hey, do you actually know when is this going to actually produce value for you, and how that plugs into the rest of whatever you're doing. If you're sending out mailers, are those mailers redirecting and funneling into like your YouTube channel and your website, so you can continue farming that and not have to keep sending out, like paper cards every half year, 2 months. Which isn't a bad idea, right? But like, how does the whole strategy tie together where you're building lifetime value? And that's what you're doing, right? You're collecting reoccurring revenue, but you're also building lifetime value for the brand, for the company. So tell me a little bit more about what a successful agent plus Liftoff looks like. How do those tools come together?
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. And also, agents out there, if your media company is putting your listing video on their YouTube channel, shame on you. You got to have it on your YouTube channel. We'll talk Adam Hancock. Adam Hancock started, this is just plainly just his YouTube channel, growing his channel. Before last year, 2023, he ended up buying 3 sites with us. So we basically, 2020, I want to say it was November 2019 for him. Starts his YouTube channel. We're now in 2024 of February. In that time frame, he now has about 388 videos, 3.5 million subscribers, and he's at a point now where he's passively prospected and brought in about $300 million in top-line revenue, and now has a team, I think, of 15 or 18 agents now. He's an independent broker out of Florida, and he has 3 different areas, like Tampa Bay and a couple of areas that he works in. So we met together, and one thing that he really liked about what we do differently than a lot of the other companies out there is we go deeper. We want a family vibe. We want to go deeper into what the client wants. And so if you're at a VIP scale up level, we'll give you more time. So it's like a 6-week development process instead of a startup plan, which is 4 weeks. It's simple. It's a process. It's a template. Of course, the site looks more custom, but it's just ABC process. So he said, I really want to do something to take my YouTube channel and integrate it into my website. And I want to have the website be like an interface to the YouTube channel. So if they go to my map and they want to learn about Tampa Bay, they can actually get fed into the website automatically. All the videos are going to be associated with Tampa Bay, then also get schools and parks and ratings of schools, and they can get utility information and contact information. They can also have a guide they can download. So he wanted to tie in and just take his YouTube channel and the views he was already getting, and then within his videos, talk about his website to drive people to a specific page on his site. You plant a Facebook pixel, you start to retarget, they download the guide, and then it helps with his customer journey, because not everyone that's watching YouTube wants to automatically pick up the phone call and say, start a process of buying and selling, depending on their goals and where they're at. So then it just made it was easier for them to like, follow, connect on social, but get additional content, additional information about moving to Florida, say if they were in California, from his YouTube channel and also his website. So that's what Adam has done. And so he actually bought 3 sites with us and turned his main site into like a broker agent site. So it's for his agents and his brokerage, but then also for the general public. And then it seamlessly ties into his social media, his YouTube channel, his listings, and also his reviews all feed in automatically. And then people can go and interact and have some additional things to do on the site outside of just buying a home or selling a home or searching for homes, which no one does on a website. It was actually more interactive.
Yeah. So you talked about the website being a tool. So for agents and brokers, there's different ways to utilize the website. One is like, what are some of the ways to continue evolving the purpose of the website for an agent?
Yeah.
And like, what are the levels of a good website? Like what does every agent need on their website? And what are like nice to haves that build upon like the value of a website and that allows for it to be something that cultivates like more of an audience and people actually wanting to stick around and look at the website and like look at the different things that's going on. Cause like there's always levels, right? You know, you can have a website, but if someone's only going to look at it for 30 seconds,
and bounce out,
it's how valuable is that website versus like it actually being a very strong tool to, like you said, attract other agents, even if you're trying to build a team. Actually keep home buyers like engaged and wanting to click around more. Tell me about the levels of like what's a good starting point like that everyone should have as a baseline. How do you evolve that further?
I love that. So first thing I have to do for anyone's viewing, listening right now is to do some self-evaluation, look at your own website and see what that looks like as far as like, would you want to use your website if you go to your website right now and take an evaluation, look at it and click around. So first thing on a website, super simple, easy peasy, is of course you want to have UI, UX, the way that it looks and feels, it catches your attention. So having video playing is nice.
For the sake of demonstration purposes, you want to screen share this, like screen share a good website and how you break it down right now?
Wow, that I like that idea. Yeah, we could definitely do that. And so let me see what I'll pull up here. So let's pull up the Sunshine State Company and show everyone an example of what that looks like. And then what we could do is, so see here, share. I like this. First time going down this opportunity. I love this opportunity. So. All right,
Sunshine State. Show and tell. We got to do show and tell.
Yeah, this is cool. Just make it more interactive. We're talking about interactive sites already anyways. All right, so you have, first thing is download the free guide, everything you need to know about relocating to Florida. So if someone's coming from a YouTube channel, that's the first thing that person is going to want to see and know, so you click on that. Of course, contact information is on the top right, top left, logo, and then cities, relocation, new home search, free guides, all the things here. And then you have buy side, sell side, and of course the company name. As you scroll down, more social media connection opportunities. This is the interactive map. So here's Adam Hancock talking about exploring Florida and the metro area. And then here's going to be, various 3 different areas. Now, one thing I will say a nice to have would be, and something we're pushing for our new sites and our clients to do, is film a video walking them through your actual website. If you go to liftoffagent.com, it already is myself walking you through our website. and the best way to just maximize that website itself. So Adam kind of has that here where he's talking about basically the Florida metros, and he specializes in these 3 metros. And then what you do when you get to these 3 metros, you can click on it. And once you click on it, it's going to take you a little bit deeper. Now it's going to take you to Tampa Bay, Florida metro area. It's going to go ahead and show you that specific area. It's going to give you 10 favorite neighborhoods to check out in 2024. And then from there, you can go scroll down a little bit more. Here's additional videos that are going to be pertinent to that area. Then you have a guide for relocation, anything from Florida guide tools and more. And then you can start searching for homes, and you can even look at market reports. You can look at average days on a market, what's going on, average minimum home sales price. And then at the bottom, you also have the Instagram. Now, the cool thing is if I go back to the top here, so let's go back and scroll to the top and go ahead and go back. And I want to go deeper. Say I want to go deeper with this map. So if I click on like town and country, now I can go deeper and specifically look at a video in that area. So something was changed on this video, so this needs to be updated. I can scroll down here and get specific information from last past 30 days as far as sold, new, active, sales price, medium home sales price, all the things. If I scroll down some more, I got city, utilities, and school information. Scroll down some more, additional information. Scroll down some more, another guide, and then want to go ahead and schedule a call. Here's email, here's phone number, schedule a call, goes directly to Calendly. So another nice to have is have Calendly, which would automatically then book an appointment directly on Calendly.com. Now, if I scroll down a little bit more on the homepage, he has YouTube, different things with that. He has his team. You can click on meet the team, and then you can see all of his team members here and what that looks like. So if someone was referred to Shelby, they can go into Shelby's profile, get some additional information about Shelby, and it talks about her language, where she's located, her phone number, all the things. And we can even go deeper with these pages to feed in Shelby's social media or Shelby's testimonials and what have you with that. And then that's pretty much going to be the agents page. Going back to the home page, we'll basically have a couple of things: relocation information, sell, buy, learn, relocation guide, and then the social medias, Instagram feeds in automatically. So I really like how things can feed in automatically from YouTube, feed in automatically from social media, and what have you. So that kind of gives you just a little sneak peek into a site that you potentially, and some ways that you potentially could utilize the site to make it so it ties in nicely to what you're already doing.
Yeah, that seems like pretty well established, though. What about agents just getting started? If they don't have like a strong YouTube channel, what goes into a site still if they don't have all that content? And how important is content in like the mix of like creating a good website? And what is your recommendation for agents that don't yet have that content? Like if they don't have a good headshot, if they don't have great media, how do they go about fixing that?
Yeah, I love that. So we'll go ahead and share my screen again and show you another example of a site. So this is going to be Michelle Lewis. She's my sister-in-law, and she is out of, say, the Bay Area, Black Hawk, California. She did not have a YouTube channel, and she was basically nothing. No media, no YouTube channel. She literally took the headshot that she has here at my personal home in my backyard. My sister took it for her. So if you're a new agent, right, and you work with us on a startup plan, we'll go through the process of writing copy. We'll work with you on either say, hey, work with Aero Canvas or some of the referral partners we may have to then go through and get your headshots done. Or, hey, go in your backyard, sunrise, sunset, let's get some photos together. Do your son, daughter can take pictures of you, whatever the case may be. But we'll go through that process and identify for a new agent, do you want to work with someone that wants to downsize, move up? What do you want to do with it? So we can make sure that the site is going to be something that is going to be more pertinent and going to help with the process of someone, say, for instance, an example. We build you a site, we build you a logo, we get the headshot, we start building the content for you, and you want to work with people that want to downsize. That's great for any market. Doesn't matter if it's a down market or up market, because people are getting older, they don't need the size, they want to downsize. Well, before having YouTube, we can still build you a guide, and we can also do things like feature properties that potentially could be pertinent for that area. We can also do something which I like a lot, which is get a home value, and even more importantly, no matter who you are out there, if you're brand new, you might not have this, but if you're 1 to 2, maybe 3 years in, you're going to have vendors that you work with. That could be a stager, a painter, a garbage collector, could be someone who's going to be a decluttering person. So what we did for Michelle's site for a call to action and a lead generation opportunity is like, hey, find your best vendors that you might need for your real estate needs and download that here.
I love it. So you're providing a lot of value up front with the tools like the home valuation tools, the lead magnets on like, hey, here are the best local vendors to help you get your home up to a condition that maximizes the value. I love that you're doing all of that. I would say the biggest challenge, right, is for agents to make that commitment to doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a decision, it's an investment. Maybe
Yes.
their last paycheck was 3 months ago. Maybe they don't know where their next lead is coming from. At what stage is this an investment, like something that they shouldn't be passing on?
Yeah, most definitely. That's a great question. So if you're thinking about where your next deal is going to come, and your paycheck by paycheck, then maybe you need a second guess being in this industry, because you got to have 6 months of savings. You have 6 months of savings, and you don't have standard procedures and operations. Like, you're going to be like the 65,000 agents that just got out in 2023. So if you're going to get into, say, in the world of investing into your website, that's going to be a place of when you start to think about, here's the I do likes and here's I do not likes. And so you start to think to yourself, okay, go on Wix.com. I could build my own website. It's not that serious. I'll watch the podcast that I just watched. Okay, fantastic. And I'll just do my own thing. Totally fine. But you have to understand is where attention goes, energy flows. So if your attention is on building a website, then your attention isn't on your next deal. It's not on making the phone calls, doing the door knocking, going to networking events, whatever it is that you have to do, getting on social media, filming content. And so where I would like to say is that as soon as you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I've had 2, 3, 4, 5 transactions, take, say, 5-10% of each transaction and put it aside for something like a website. And even if you're going to get a website, if you don't use it, you lose it. So make sure that if you're going to get a website, you want to tie it in with your standard procedure. Like, say you got a formal listing presentation. Why not have a formal listing presentation slide on your website? Now, we are Mr. Pipes. Bill Pipes is a great coach. And he's like, hey, this is what you need to do. Send out an email. In the email, you're going to show comps of the listing, because you're going to a listing appointment. You're going to show comps of comparable properties. You're going to send the listing packet. You're going to do a video. You can do all this stuff via email. And I said, Pipes, that's great. But what you're missing is a website. The reason why you use a website and you have, say a formal listing presentation page, and you drive them there because you can plant a Facebook pixel and you can start to retargeting. So do retargeting. So as an agent who wants to scale their business, and maybe they're thinking about saving a piece of their paycheck to invest into something like a Liftoff agent site, then we're going to talk about like getting you more focus so you can start to scale more. If you're already posting on social media and you want that to tie into your site, or you have reviews tie into your site, listings tie into your site, right? If you're on YouTube or want to get on YouTube, you tie that into your site. So you're going to want to think about the website to be a place that could be a hub that can house all of the things you have going on. And you don't then have to utilize your broker's tools, or you have to just go and use a PowerPoint presentation in Google Slides. You can have everything in one location. And then when you send them that Loom video before a formal listing presentation, because you have good deal flow, then you drive them to your website and they see average days on market, testimonial, staging, before, after, and they just go down that funnel. By the time they're at the end of the funnel and then they meet you the next day, they're going to be like, Brandon, you're hired. You're amazing. I love what you've done.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
A good website works as a funnel to actually get you business, qualify,
Correct.
disqualify the wrong people that might not be in the market. Maybe you put them into like another funnel for giving them some value and just getting them into the email system. So there's a lot to unpack. And you're right. Like, for the average agent, myself included, like, the website is a rabbit hole. So how done for you is it? Like, how done for you is it? Like, how much leverage am I going to be able to achieve? Like, how much time would it take from, like, if there's two types of people I interact with a lot, right? There's agency owners that are like Aerial Canvas, helping other agents with their media, with their listing content and YouTube headshots, whatnot.
Yep.
And then I work with also a lot of agents who are looking to get that next listing, who are constantly, hustling, trying to do, throw spaghetti on a wall, like you said, do like just I hope something works to get me a listing this year. I'm gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Tell me about, like, how much effort does it take with a done with you solution?
Yeah.
Versus a done for you solution versus a DIY, like do it myself. Like, break that down in a simple way to help. I think we need to deter people from trying to build their own websites, because it's a really stupid idea. Because like, there's no, like, it would take me probably 300 hours to figure out how to build websites at your level, you know, with those maps and the custom maps and like, you know, how you lay everything out with like the lead gen tools.
Yeah.
Break it down for me. Like, DIY people, what's your message to them? And then let's go to like the done with you and the done for you type solutions.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing is for someone that wants to do it on their own, those are individuals that have a complexity of like, hey, no one can do it better than me. And I understand, right? You want to do it yourself. You want to just do all the things, and you want to just touch it all because you have this master plan to hire maybe a web person in-house.
But they never get it done.
They never get it done.
Yeah,
yes.
Never get it done.
Exactly. So if you're like I'm going to do it myself because no one can do it better, but it never gets done, then listen up. Okay. And like Brandon said, it could take, 300 hours to build your own site. Go on Wix. Good luck. Okay. The next one. Okay. Done with you. Now, I like to say all of what we do is it's done with you. Yes, it's done for you, but I like to say it's done with you because it's almost like out of mind, out of sight. And if you have no idea what's going on, it's like you're a leader, but you're kind of a dictator, and no disrespect to anybody. It's just like you're kind of behind the desk saying like, you do this, you do this, you do this, but you have fucking no idea what you're doing yourself. Right. So like, it's almost like I like to personally say, let's do it with you. Right. And so we have a strategy session. After your strategy session, you sign it, make a payment, and then you give homework. And now after you fill out your homework, you set up your next meeting, which is a strategy phase. And in the strategy phase, we're going to do it with you, go over the homework. So, okay, here's your logo. Oh, you need a new logo. Okay, here's your hours of operation. Here's your address. Okay, you have an ideal avatar. Okay, perfect. Oh, you don't? Okay, well, tell me about your area. Do you have any content around your area? Do you want to do anything in your area? Okay, have you worked with a lot of buyers or a lot of sellers? Like, we want to really go deeper in that, right? Then we go deeper. We understand where they're at, what they want to do. So then we can start developing. So the development could take anywhere from 4 weeks to 6 weeks. If it's 6 weeks, it's VIP scale up plan. They're paying a premium, so they get that time. If it's startup and ramp up, 4 weeks, easy peasy. And then we meet them a couple different times. So that way the agents can at least have their hands on it. And we want them to like look at other agents' site, get excited about this process. So that way it's like, okay, cool. Like, this is cool. This is fun. This is exciting. And then you're excited. Then you want to tell your network. You tell your network, and then you're retargeting, and you do an email campaign, driving people there. You plant the Facebook pixel. Now you're going to retarget them, right? So we can do it 100% without them, and we can build everything up. But like you said earlier, no headshot, no copy, no anything. We can get that together for them. It will be less of a rabbit hole than Adam Hancock's website, which you would want to have anyone viewing and listening out there. You want more, right? Because just like if you're going to buy a new car, what are you going to do? You're going to watch every review. You're going to do all the research. You're going to find all the things about this car, right? And someone has to tell you that, or you have to look it up on the website and then read all that stuff out. Same thing with buying a house, right? So that's where it's just like, I think if someone like you out there listening had a more robust website on like the buying process and a video sequence, and here's their website and all the things to think about, you would give the end person more confidence in working with you, and even be able to buy a home in the first place because they're like, oh my God, Brandon gave me all this amazing information. And like, I read like the 5 steps. Now I'm going to get pre-qualified. I watched his 5 video part series. Like, I'm ready. Like, I can buy a home in 6 months, and I haven't even talked to him yet, and I'm his fan.
Yep, that's the power of having a good funnel and content. And you bring up a great point. Like, it has to be done with you, because the done for you, yes, you're doing it, but like, if the client, the agent that is getting the website built isn't understanding the tools of the website, how it integrates with the rest of their marketing strategy, whether they're shooting out flyers or making YouTube videos, how does the website aid in that funnel to take the prospect or the audience and convert them into one day a potential buyer and seller that works with them? Then what's the fucking point of doing it to begin with if you don't understand how that puzzle piece like fits, right?
It's just another bill.
It's like buying a car and never showing up for driver's ed and like actually
I can't drive it
on the road. Yeah. So yeah, you got there's a level of done with you, and you got to hop in the driver's seat, or at least sit shotgun alongside Liftoff to get results. And that's the same with all the companies that I coach, all the agents that I've worked with. It's just like the ones that are invested in like asking questions. Okay, what do I do with this next? Rather than like, some people are like hoping for a silver bullet, like, oh, let me buy it and it's going to blow up my business next year. But they don't even put it on their email. Like, for instance, a video.
Yeah.
They need to be putting it on their email signature,
Yep.
at least linking it.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be including it in some of their like onboarding type emails when they introduce themselves
Yep.
to a potential prospect. They need to be putting it on their website. They need to be putting it on their social media, and not just once.
Yes.
Right. Ideally, create like 3, 4, 5 mini versions of it that tease it and have it in the link in bio, something that people can watch. And then you'll get results after you put yourself out there for the next 6 months and people stumble across it, or they scroll and they click on it. Then it becomes something that is actually a tool that will be aiding to your success, and not just something you bought and you parked it in your garage, or you put it in a storage unit and you never see it again.
Yes, exactly. And the goal is hopefully they click it and then it intrigues them. And they're like, whoa, this is super professional. I downloaded a guide. I got some good information. Why am I keep seeing brands ads everywhere? Oh, maybe I'm retargeted. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Tell me about behind the scenes, because there's a lot of DIY agents and agency owners that are, so-called self-proclaimed marketing gurus.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I can get that done because they maybe built out a website once in the past.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Tell me about like what goes on behind the scenes. What is the process? The designers, the graphic designers, the copywriters, the developers, the strategists, like all of the stuff that you provide that, people on a surface level might be like, hey, you just do websites, cool. But like, what is it all? Like, how do you break that down? Like, who's part of your company, and like, what do they get when they work with you?
Yeah, most definitely. So there's multiple different departments. If you're not just on a website, of course, the website has the graphic designers and has the programmers to develop the websites. And the website is obviously done by the website department. Now, once you get into like a ramp up or above, now you have a social department, and then you have a video department. And now we're getting more into how does it all work together? Because if you're building a website with a strategy, which we offer, you need to start thinking about what is your social templates look like to match the brand of the website. What is your thumbnails on your YouTube channel look like that's going to match the look of your brand for your website. And then we have to have the, say, guides built, and those guides built have to be built within like the social department. So we have the guides / the video department, or excuse me, guides in the web and also social department that work together alongside with one another. So we actually have the team building out the guides, building out the logo, building out the lead pages. And we have to make sure that that person that meets us from the beginning, that master strategist who's going to go through that strategy meeting, is going to say, okay, so Brandon wants A, B, and C. He wants to do first-time home buyers, he wants to do downsizers, and he wants to do area-specific content within Los Angeles, California. Okay, so we need those 3 guides. Got to get those built out. And then we're going to be doing coming soon, just sold, just listed. So we need to get that built out. And then we're going to be doing the YouTube videos. So we need to get the thumbnails built out. So once we're going through the development process, we're going to say, okay, here's like, we'll say the frame of the car. Here's the frame of the website. This is what it looks like. This is the frame. This is how it kind of functions. Oh, you want the frame to be a little bit different. You want it to be lighter, or you want the buttons to be on the top, or you want the buttons to be on the left-hand side. You want to change it up. Fine. So we go through that. And then as soon as we have baseline of like the strategy and where we want to go, then the web team can start to work on the website. The development team can start doing the logo and branding. The social team can start working on the actual social artwork, from thumbnail to coming soon, just sold, just listed, and getting the actual guides developed and made. And so this is a streamlined process that happens over the course of 30 to 60 days, depending on how many guides and what plan we're on, and how intense and hence is going to get. And so it's a definite process, because we also have a system on the back end where we give agents the opportunity to log in, check their stats, check their data, be able to make updates. It's not on WordPress anymore. So we basically now have a system, proprietary system back end, where we can now give the agent more flexibility and light updates. They want to change a picture, or they want to do some text updates. It comes with the program, but they can do it on their own, and they can check their stats every single day. So then when they're putting out a YouTube video, or their social media content goes out, or they're advertising a listing, then we can track data in real life time as we drive people top of the funnel listing, middle of the funnel website, bottom of the funnel, they downloaded that guide, and then now they're in an email drip sequence, they're being retargeted to, and now this person now turns into a potential client.
Yeah. So all that sounds like work. Tell me about the ROI now.
Like, right? It is.
All that work goes into play. how much should an agent, let's just say an agent, clock in $250,000 in GCI? How much should he budget for a website? And what does success look like for someone who's actually been with you for a year, 2, 3?
Yeah.
How has the website and the different digital marketing components alongside the content, how has that aided in someone's growth, and how fast can someone grow?
Yeah, they can grow pretty quick. We have a 90-day clause. Our 90-day clause states as such, we want to make sure that they're going to be satisfied and happy when it comes to the development process, the logo, the delivery, and then going live. And then within 90 days, if we're doing, like, say they already have, say, established brand, they already have, say, YouTube, and they already have, say, listings going, within 90 days of us just basically, no point intended, pouring rocket fuel on their activities, they should see return on investment. And I'll give you an example. So we have Michael. So Michael's over in Florida, and I will go ahead and share his YouTube channel. Let's just go ahead and, you said show and tell. Let's show and tell, shall we? So here's Michael. So let's go to his YouTube channel, living in Florida. So Michael, here is his YouTube channel, and he kicked off his YouTube channel on October 13th, 2022, 31,000 views, about 80 videos, and 331 subscribers. Now, a month ago, 1,100 views on this video here. This is going to be his clients that just relocated. So let's go ahead and show you. Okay, so let's go down and show you. So he started with us, just frame a reference. He started with us. So he hired Levi Lazick, living in Dallas, Texas, one of our referral partners. He got started with us about 11 months ago, about a year ago. This is the very first video that we did that caught about 200 views. This one got 5,000. You can see the views vary. So now with 11 months of filming and staying consistent and going through the process on a scale up level, we're talking $5,000 startup costs, and we're talking $2,200 a month. These people here went ahead and gave Michael a call and said, hey, Michael, we want to work with you. We're relocating. I believe it was from like the Dominican Republic or something. They're actually coming into Florida and moving back to the States. And he said, how'd you hear about me? Oh, your YouTube channel. I checked out your website. I downloaded your guide, and I love what you're about. Really? So then Michael basically got a phone call. Next phone call was a new developer. And so there was like 3 model homes becoming available. And one of the homes was perfect for the actual couple. They ended up buying with him and said, hey, when we come out, we want to be showcased on your YouTube channel. And what happened was, it turned out that they were like a fan, as Michael was a celebrity, and they not only found him, liked him, knowed him, and trusted him, but also wanted to be showcased and actually be featured on his YouTube channel. So about 11 months it took for return on investment to basically bring in a buyer. I think those buyers were like around $800,000 to $1 million. Do the math at 2 to 4% commission. So, ROI, as far as specific numbers, I would have to ask him. But yeah, that's basically.
Well, he's already made his money back just from that one transaction.
11 months. Yep, exactly. So it works if you work it. It works if you want it to work. It works if this is something that you're going to go all in on, and you're going to have your website. Like for me, the website's always buying me on this TV. My website's always there. I'm always thinking about how I can better utilize the Liftoff Agent website. So it's like a customer journey process. And so if you're willing to use the website and add to the site and do the content and get focused, you're going to have success. And it could be as fast as 11 months. I mean, I want to say Michelle Lewis, the last referral, the last person I showed to you, it took her about 90 days, and she got her first lead, someone saying that this gives us a lot of information about moving to Pleasanton, California. And we're definitely going to be keeping you in mind here when we want to pull the trigger. So, it just depends on, there's a lot of moving parts, but it could be 90 days, it could be 11 months.
Yeah. 80 videos though. Michael's pretty pretty consistent there. How much did you help with those 80 videos, or is that done through his own efforts, or how's that being orchestrated?
Yeah, everything is us. Thumbnail, the copy, the structure, giving him ideas of what he could film. We give each one of our clients multiple thumbnail options. So say, for instance, we'll say strategy meeting, everything's been done, VIP level, you're meeting you once a month. So we're going to be going over what are the videos that you're going to be filming. We tell our clients to make sure they have a filming content day for 1 day a week. Let's batch the content. Let's get the content to the editors. And then we use Maverick. They update the content into Maverick. Then once they get that content, then the video editors will start editing. 24 to 48 hour turnaround time. And then from there, we'll basically go through and say, okay, here's basically the video. We get their approval on the video and they give us some updates and changes. I want to say it's like Opus. And then from there, for how we get the feedback from the client, from there, we'll say, as we're almost done with editing, here's 3 different thumbnail options. Which one do you like the best? And then we basically go through the video IQ, make sure that we do the hashtags and we use the most relevant terms that's going to rank the video the highest. And then a couple things that we're adding to the repertoire into the scale up level is we're actually now trying to transcribe the videos, turn the videos into blogs, and put them onto our website. So Christopher Long out of Dallas, Texas, one of our other scale up clients, he's getting that specifically. So that way we can be able to have a page on his website that's specifically going to give you the opportunity for us not to just take advantage of search engine optimization from the video standpoint, but search engine optimization also from the Google standpoint for search engine optimization. So that way that individual can be able to potentially stumble upon a blog that will turn into a video that they watch that turns into a new person they want to work with.
Wow. So you're very invested in the agent's growth. And how much did Michael invest with you? Like how much is his monthly to get access to all of that?
Yeah. So Michael is a use case scenario where he's more grandfathered in. He was one of our early adapters in the model as we kicked off our video department of the Scale Up program, probably about 8 to 11 months ago, now looking back at his YouTube channel. But if you're going to be like, say, 4 videos a month, full coming soon, just sold, just listed, 4 videos a month, thumbnail, copy, ads, website, the whole 9, you're at about $1,599, $1,600 a month. And then if you want to go up to 8 videos per month, then you're going to get into the $2,200 a month. And we also are now getting into doing a little bit of the short form. So cutting the first half of the YouTube video up, putting it onto the social platforms, and then driving them back to the YouTube channel so we can make this be comprehensive A through Z. And so we're doing that right now with a couple of our clients. Christopher Long, he's one of our test case scenarios as well. So we don't only go deeper with our clients and we have a family environment here. We also want to understand and get their feedback. So the actual services get evolved from the clients themselves. So we listen, we learn, we pivot, and we keep growing based off of their feedback.
Very cool. Yeah, I'd love to partner with you on some of those opportunities because we actually help a lot of agents with the video editing, but I don't think it's that full life cycle.
Yeah.
And if you're needing more support, like we're cranking out probably 1,000 short form edits every single month right now for our clients, and I think they have like their own channels. They're posting on their socials. I'm not sure to what degree all of that's being tied full circle with the blog posts, with the like the website and everything else. So it's cool to see that you offer that almost end-to-end solution. Is Michael filming himself though, or is like selfie stick? Like
so on your first point, agents kind of it's different from what you see in the general public. Just because you see someone on Instagram filming short form content and it's polished and it looks good and they have views and likes and what have you, doesn't always mean that it's equating to ROI. So that's where agents need to start to understand that there's like an end to end, right? It's not A through Z for no reason, right? So you might be doing ABC on your videos, but you're forgetting the rest of the alphabet because you don't have the blogging, you don't have the reconnect, you don't have the CTAs going to the website with the retargeting and all the things. So that's the first point. Second point to the question is going to be, I totally just lost it. Bring it back for me.
Bring it back. So in terms of like Michael filming on his own.
Got it. Yeah.
Is that something that he needs to do? Like how much of a commitment is on his end? Because I know you said it was done with you. So how dedicated does someone have to be? Because not everyone, I think that's a whole nother challenge, as a media company myself, helping agents get comfortable in front of camera, coaching them. I'm part of Neil Holmes' program.
Yeah.
Like he coaches a lot of agents on getting comfortable with camera, and then we're helping some of his agents with the editing, that side of it.
Yeah.
But like with someone like Michael, like how much effort is that on his end to make 80 videos happen in the course of the last year and a half?
Yeah. So basically, like we say, we always want them to have a filming content day specifically. Now, this is kind of where you'll see kind of an interesting dichotomy. So you have, say, like companies like Aero Canvas, right? So y'all are saying, hey, we'll help you filming. We'll go through that process and what have you. And there's already a price associated with that, which means, hey, it's going to cost you $2,000 a month and we're going to do A, B, C, D, and F. That's fantastic. Now that's A through, say, Z, almost A through Z, but it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? But you're missing the rest. So we don't have like the website and the blogging and the retargeting and all the things happening. So because of our price point, then you're talking about like, I don't know, it could be $5,000 to $6,000 in between Aero Canvas and Liftoff. It's not going to be cheap for agents out there. So top 10%, and that's 90% of the business, hit us up. So for those agents out there, it's a little bit harder. So what we're finding is, and I'll go ahead and share my screen and show you, let's show you another client here. Let's show you this guy here. And so we're basically filming. He's doing the filming. This is going to be Christopher Long, one of our clients that actually found us because of our YouTube channel, watched all of our YouTube videos and was already a fan of ours before getting started up. And he's on our scale up program at the 8 videos per month. So he's at the $2,200 per month, $5,000 startup cost. And so he's filming himself. And so we're doing all the editing as you see on screen here. He's filming himself. And so the goal would be to have, of course, a filming content day where a media company can go ahead and film the content. I think the biggest issue for agents out there taking consideration is the fact that it's like, all right, well, the media company wants to do end to end, but they don't do the website. They don't do the ads. They don't do the retargeting, but they'll do the filming, the editing, and even potentially post on social media and maybe even on YouTube as well. Or they'll say, hey, here's the link and it's on that company's YouTube channel, not the agent's YouTube channel. So you're hurting your search engine optimization out there, agents. Yeah. And so that's where I feel like finding a symbiotic relationship with video companies that say, okay, I see the value out of what you guys are doing. It's almost kind of like, and it is what it is, like a power struggle, right? Like, oh, we're filming the content, we're editing the content, like we're doing the main grunt of the work because the agents wouldn't film in the first place. Well, we're finding agents that will film in the first place and get what they need to get done, go-getters, A-type plus people. But I do see more.
Well, there's definitely agents out there with that are doing $500,000, $1 million plus, selling 15, 30K or 15, $30 million, like dozens of homes that can afford the end-to-end solution. And it just makes sense. Like, what, they're going to do it on their own? No, they don't want to. They can afford not to, and they want to just pay to have it done right. So I think that those agents would definitely work out. And then the people like Michael, who are a little bit maybe like earlier in their career and want to be a little bit more bootstrapped, like just getting in front of camera, that's something that can be done through repetition. Everyone's first video sucks unless you're, I'm sure there might be one or two exceptions. I'm sure Leonardo DiCaprio's first video was amazing.
Right.
So let's zoom out again. We have 10 minutes probably left in our session. What are some of the big challenges that you face as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, that you had to overcome to create a successful business that now has the foundation to keep growing?
Dude, people, bro. People, processes, and people that understand the vision, the mission, and the goal. I feel like one of the biggest pain points of any business owner is that finding the right people. And I feel like even if you charge a lot and even if you bring in a lot of money, right, what's going to happen? Yeah, you can throw money at things, no problem. But even at scale, right? Even we'll say we'll drop a name, right? We'll drop Luxury Presence that, just got their round C at 6 million and they got 6,000 agents, right? And then they lost 1,000 agents last year, right? And then on top of that, I've talked to you, Brandon, and other people that are their people just don't have the passion. Well, I'll tell you what, our fucking people have the passion. I put my people in the hospital, okay? And I'm saying this not because I want people to go to the hospital. I'm saying this because they care so much about the business that they work the nights and the weekends when they're not supposed to. And I got to tell them to stop because of the passion, because of the company culture, and because we go deeper, because we care. And it's not because we care because we want to make money. It's because we care because we want to see people that are struggling become successful. right? And that doesn't matter if it's mental or physical or spiritual or financial, right? Being well-rounded is multiple verticals of our existence. It's not just one dimension. And people that have the one dimension, it's just money and just throw money at it and it'll solve the problems, are fucking incorrect. And they're going to find themselves being depressed and not happy, and understanding why I have more people around me that care. And it's because you got to care first. And that's where I think a lot of entrepreneurs have the problem, is they don't care first. And they just think like, oh, I want that Lambo, or I just want that big house, or I just want that freaking show bomb wife. Like, sorry, like, you know, it takes time and you got to build. And I've got to say, like, tortoise in the hare, we're definitely the tortoise. We've been slow and steady. And I think Brandon can attest to that with my LinkedIn video he saw a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, and now I got a 5-year-old, and now I'm married, and I got the bombshell wife, and I got the big house, and I just bought the GTR and all the things. But that wasn't overnight. Like, that took me 10 plus years just in this industry, you know, and I'm going on 38 in March coming up. And I started at 22, 23. So, you know, and I can say now that the foundation is so strong that it's unbreakable. So that's kind of what I think any entrepreneur needs to do, is like, find that partner. I have Smith. He's amazing. He's a yin to my yang. A lot of people are like, how do you guys even work together? Because he's so polaring opposite of me, but it works. And I trust him and he trusts me. And then the team, like, literally just, they never stop to exceed our expectations, and they just take ownership like it's nobody's business. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah. That reminds me of a theme I have this year, is like, figure out the who, not the how and the what. Like, the who will figure out the how and the what. And that's why, you know, I think I was drawn to working with you, is like, you have been nonstop trying to building Liftoff for the last, it's 5 years now, 5 years and counting.
Yeah. The brand's about almost 5 years old, the Liftoff agent brand, 4.5.
Yeah. So. And, you know, the determination, you know, the grit, that shows me that, you know, like, you guys are constantly improving, constantly wanting to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of companies that I've invested in that I believed in, and the biggest reason why they failed is the founder just gave up, and I was out of my investment, and they were out of, you know, 2 years. Obviously they got experience from it, but the success comes from not giving up and having the grit and wanting to be the best. And I see, as you guys continue to grow, like, the development, the level of websites that you guys are creating, it's definitely on another level. There's an aspect that, you know, I have a partnership with Luxury Presence.
Of course.
They do a phenomenal job as well.
Shout out.
But more importantly, like, you have that family vibe, that family feel that creates these websites that are very unique, that I haven't seen it anywhere else. So kudos to you for creating the family that built these websites that have that very, like, unique brand to them.
Yeah. And I feel like you can't fake passion. It doesn't matter if it's in a car. That's why you buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari, because the passion's there on those cars. Or you buy a custom home because you can just feel the passion even when you walk into, like, a nice home, or you look at a nice art piece, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You can just feel it. You can kind of see it, and it's like almost like you can't see it, but you just know it's there. And that's where I feel like the rubber meets the road. And I think that's going to differentiate a lot of companies out there, is that if you can show up with that passion and show up with that delivery and, like, take ownership like it's yours. Like, a lot of companies don't do that. They're like, whatever, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. It's like, get diluted real quick.
Exactly. You have to have someone that shows up in that way. You know, if you want to be an absentee owner, you got to find yourself a Norman Kinsey to take the business over.
Yes.
Otherwise, you know, the business is going nowhere.
Yes.
Because, like, I've found the same, like, at my business, like, unless I have someone that cared and loved the business and was passionate about creating, like, that, what do you call it? That, like, vision and mission and that momentum, and willing to show up like it was their company every day. The business is just, it's a fugazi. It's like, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's kind of what happened with a lot of these companies that were, like, really well funded, you know, like, in the last couple years with the SPACs and stuff, like, people were just throwing money at up, like WeWork, right? You know, they're just throwing money at it.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, sure. The founder, whatever his name is, like, he's not that memorable. He had his, you know, like, Hollywood flair and style, but it was built off bullshit, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, there was no actual foundation of trying to create real value.
100%.
It was just, like, throwing money at
It's
at like an idea that like make it make sense first before you try to make money, like before you try to scale it.
100%. It's just like you look at someone who's been given everything, a spoiled brat, right? And no disrespect for parents out there that want to spoil their kids, totally understandable. And in contrast to, look at the one that gets nothing. Look at the ones that just, and you see those videos online, like, oh, what do you want? American kids. Oh, I want a Lamborghini. I want a Ferrari. What do you want in kids in third world countries? Oh, I just want shoes. I just want to be able to eat chicken. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like we take this kind of mentality of like, it's earned. It's not given. You know what I'm saying? And so everyone earns it within the organization. It's not given. And we're not just throwing money around and we can get VC funders, but we're 100% bootstrap, and we kept it that way on purpose. And we'll be 100% debt free this year. And not many companies could say that they have a rock solid foundation. They have no debts on the P&L, and they're cash flow positive with their reoccurring revenue. And we could say that.
I love it. There you go. Well, you've clearly built something that delivers a lot of value to agents. We're excited at ACRE Partner to work alongside you more so with, our connections, bridging the gap between agents that want more done for you versus agents that, want to be part of the process and really be hands-on with it. There's I think room for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's a lot more opportunity. Like we're barely scratching the surface when it comes to like how many agents we can serve and how many agency owners we can help them understand like how to create an end-to-end solution. You don't have to figure it out on your own, because I know there's a few agency owners that I've worked with. They're like, yeah, I started building this website for an agent, and I'm like, why? And then 2 months later, they're like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, that didn't go as planned, and it's been a challenge, and like
live and learn.
Partner with people that get it. Partner with people that are already doing it at a high level, and then the rest will fall into place as it should.
100%.
So.
Dude,
awesome having you, brother.
Thank you, man. This is absolutely amazing. I hope it gave absolutely amazing value and feedback to people out there so they can grow and learn and take something from this to apply it to what they're already doing. So thanks again, Brennan. I appreciate the opportunity.